Hey, what are you doing here? Oh, you want a video? I'm sorry to say I don't have anything really prepared at the moment. This? Oh, this is just something I'm working on. It's not a robot. It's a prop I made from the show JJK. It's not really something that's in line with the channel. Okay, I get you want a video, but I have to make sure and run this by the. Okay. Here. Just watch it. Just watch it. Hello, ladies and gents. My name is Hannibal, and welcome back to another episode of the Trash. Yeah, today we're going to be doing something a little out of the norm here on the channel. Today we're not going to be making any sort of robot, but instead we're going to be making a prop from a show I watched. To be more specific, the inverted spearhead of heaven from Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, if you don't know what this weapon is, spoilers, it's the weapon that Toji used to absolutely demolish Gojo in the show. This spearhead blade has the innate ability to get rid of cursed techniques, making it a very scary weapon in the show. And to all you non-weebs, it's just a cool knife. Now, normally I was just gonna make this on my own time because I like making stuff like this, like I said before, but I thought today it'd be fun to kind of just show you how I'm gonna make it, so, hey, more content, right? By the way, I'm gonna rip this band-aid off right now. This blade is going to be dull. I'll get into it later, but just so you know. But that's enough talk. It's time to talk about the plan for this project. Now, where's my little guy at? Hey, 1 second. I'll meet you up top. The things I do for my job. Okay, so this blade has 4 parts. The blade, the guard, the pummel, and the handle. Each one of these things are going to be made in different ways, with the exceptions of the guard and the pummel, which are going to be 3D modeled and printed by me. The blade is going to be cut on a CNC machine at my school that was programmed and modeled by me, and the handle is going to be cut and carved down by, you guessed it, Paul. Nah, I'm fucking with you. It's also me. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get into it. What the fuck was that? Is there a fly in here? Oh, hey, ladies and gents. Welcome to my personal gaming space, where I play games alone. But anyways, as you can see, I have this piece of wood. This is actually going to be the handle for the blade, and I know it just looks absolutely amazing. Please, contain your excitement. All jokes aside, this is actually cut from a broomstick handle that I've just been having laying around my room. It took me about 10 minutes to cut it off, and I sanded the ends a bit so it'd be nice and smoother. I do think right now it's a little big, but we can always cut it down later. But honestly, I think this is going to be perfect for this prop. Wouldn't you think? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, by the way, I just want to make this clear. This blade is not going to be sharp at all. I plan to cut the actual spearhead part of this at my school, my machining lab. And so obviously I can't make a fucking knife at school. I'm not a fucking lunatic. This thing has to be so dull that if I were to ever try to cut something, the knife itself would slice in half. And if anyone asks me what I'm making, I'm just gonna say I'm making a really big tuning fork. Remember, don't make or bring schools in or to school, cause that's bad. Anyway, now that we have the handle piece nice and done, I think it's now Why were you in me?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so now that we have the handle done and ready, it is time we move on to the guard and the pummel. Now, like I said before, these two things are going to be 3D printed, but while they are made the same way, the guard is significantly more important than the pummel. Now, you see, the guard is going to be the thing that holds the blade and the handle together by a 2-part epoxy. So for good reason, the guard is very important for this project. Because without it, this whole thing would just kind of fall apart in your hands, and we really don't want that, do we? The pummel will go on in a similar fashion by putting some 2-part epoxy in it and slapping it on the end of the handle. But with all that being said, let's go get these printed. Ah! Ooh, it's done. Let's get this thing off. Okay, I got it. I also got the pummel printed as well, and honestly, I think they both printed out really nicely. Oh, now if you thought this was my second try on the guard, you'd be right. This was my first try on the guard, and while it may, not be too bad, let's be honest, it's fucking horrible, because when you put the handle on, it looks like a fucking hammer. Like, Look at this thing. Like, it looks like I'm about to upgrade Town Hall. Like, did you hear that? Well, anyway, as you can see, I have the handle, and it may look a little different because it is. If you look towards the top here, I did actually carve it a little with a chisel so it could fit in the guard because my 3D modeling skills suck, and I made it just a tad bit small. But no biggie. It's still a little loose fitting, but when we glue everything together, I'll just make sure to set it where it's not crooked or anything. If you're wondering why I didn't just change the size of the hole on the second print, it's because I already had carved it down to size to fit the other guard, so you know there was really no going back at that point. This was my last chunk of broomstick that I had, so you gotta make it count. Now the pommel actually does fit. However, though, when I first put it on, it cracked it down the middle, which again, not really a problem. I'll just put some epoxy in and we'll paint over it so no one can see it, but but as you can see, everything fits on nicely, and you know it's actually starting to come together. So now all we need now is the blade. So on the mini-me. I swear to God, if I fall again, I'm going to go buck wild. These working conditions are unacceptable. But anyway, now that we have the handle all done and ready, it is time to move on to the fun part, the blade. Now, like I said before, the blade is going to be cut out on a CNC machine. To be more specific, a CNC mill. A CNC mill is just basically a thing that takes a drill and just like that. I know, great description, right? But the fun thing about this CNC mill, that if it messes up or breaks, it will send a fun piece of metal soaring straight into my cranium. So I have that to look forward to if I fail. It's been like months. I did this months ago. It did not fail, but I'm obviously still here. I'm tired, man. But hey, that's just a theory. A blade theory. I miss you, man. But now that we have all that sorted, let's get into it. And see, I was so scared. So the audio in this section is a little bad. So we're just gonna do a voiceover. This blade took a while to cut, so long in fact that I had to work on it 2 separate days, which was very fun, especially with the company of my friends.
Bro, are you recording right now?
Now the way I'm cutting this is on one side I'm gonna cut a little engrave and chamfer, take it out, flip it over, and do the same, but inverted. Just like the blade, it's inverted. I just mowed the lawn, I'm very tired. After the last chamfer is cut, it will begin to cut out the piece as a whole. And since each side took like an hour or more to cut, I almost ran out of time. I gotta leave in like a minute. So I might have to take this and cut out the rest of it with a knife, because that's how thin the aluminum is. So yeah. So it's easy to say that I was getting a little stressed trying to finish this. Keep in mind that this was the last day before winter break. You could maybe see why I was a little rushed. But in the end, I was able to get it cut. Okay, 20 ohms. Reset. G8 20 ohms. Okay, it's about cut out. Yeah, it's about cut out. We'll finish it when I get camera. Hey, ladies and gents, we're back. I got the part cut, but I kind of messed it up a little. So when I was setting up the machine, I was a little rushed. So rushed, in fact, that I forgot to offset the X by 0.1. And because of my dementia, I actually fucked up the entire part. As you can see, while one side is really nice and prestige and everything, the other side has this very long divot that just runs through the edge of the part, which is not good. And the whole thing looks shifted and it's just, ugh. So you know what that means? We're gonna have to recut it. That took like 2.5 hours. Well, I guess I'll be right. Psych, you thought? You think I'm gonna waste my time cutting it another piece for 2 hours? No, motherfucker, I'm just gonna file down the edge. Look at that, motherfucker. Look at that. Look at that. What I did is I did some filing, and I filed down that whole little divot to make it look like a nice chamfer. And while there is still like a little line that runs through the edge, I still think it looks pretty good, and honestly, I kind of like it. But other than that, as you can see, this thing's practically put together. The handle is not glued together, and neither is the little hilt. or pommel, whatever you want to say. I was actually so excited that I didn't have to recut the blade and everything that I jumped the horse, and I don't know if that's the expression, and I got the blade and the guard connected via a rubber mallet. So when I was hammering, it actually broke the bottom of this. Look at that, though. Look how cool that is. And then we put on the pommel. Damn. Damn, I'm good. I am very mature. And let me tell you, this thing ain't coming out. Now that we have the blade done, the guard, the handle, and the pommel, all we need to do now is put everything together and give it a nice paint job. For the like decoration and paint job, what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna do a silver guard with a silver pommel with black wrapping around the handle. I know lots of you saying like, Hannibal, that's not the design of the spearhead. You're fucking stupid. Okay, and I know, and I hear you, but there's actually a lot of different like designs I see people use for when they're like making this. That's why I didn't care too much about how the guard looked. So honestly, I don't fucking care. My video. Oh fuck, I almost forgot to say, I actually found sandpaper. I found some really rough sandpaper in my room, and I was able to basically flip the handle around, sand both ends down, and now they fit on the corresponding ends perfectly. This one has such a tight fit onto the handle now, doesn't even, like, not even wobbling anymore, which is really cool. And the end that I kind of carved down, it fits much nicer and doesn't like add as much stress on it, even though there still is a bit of a crack. But hey, if you don't tell anybody, I won't either. With all that being said, let's get this thing fucking assembled. Okay, so this thing clearly needs more work, so it's time for a jump cut. Introducing the inverted spear of heaven, the best way to kill sorcerers. With this weapon with the innate ability to cancel all curse techniques, it makes it a must for dealing with high-level sorcerers. Looking at you, Gojo! Fitted with an aluminum blade, 3D printed guard and pommel, and a 100% real leather-wrapped handle, this thing is ready for action right out of the box. That's not good. Womp womp. Buy now for only 1 million schmeckles and get a free chain. Or don't. I don't know. I made this like a few months ago. I'm tired. I just want to go to bed. I'm about to graduate. Like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Are we good? See, there's a video. You happy? Here, you know what? Here, you can have the blade itself. See, it's cool. Just take it for free. Okay? Just leave me alone. Okay, bye. Jesus Christ. God. Can't just wait a few more months? Like, damn. Okay, what now? Big fast chocolate nuts! Like, I told you this was gonna happen. Like, it's really your own fault.